Hi, so let's today focus on advanced NAT configuration. In this lab, I have some special requirement, right? Where I want to access my these three web server, yellow, sky blue and orange, over the internet using three different public IP address. However, I don't want to configure the 3 NAT rule. I don't want 3 different destination NAT rule or maybe static NAT. I want to use only single NAT rule to translate my this public IP address into private IP address only using single NAT statement. Does it really possible? Yes, it does possible. How? There is option number 1, right? You can use static NAT, right? Bidirectional using range option, IP address range in the object address. Number 2, destination NAT using range and subnet. Okay, so let's first go and configure the static option. Okay, so go to the firewall, policy, NAT policy, add policy, name static NAT with range option. It's just a name. Okay, original packet, my traffic is coming from the LAN, destination towards the ISP A, destination interface Ethernet 1/1, source address. Here you have to define the range. What will be the range? Under range you have to define 10.1.10.3, 10.1.10.4 and 10.1.10.5, right? Private IP range. To NAT you have to again configure the address range for the public and you have to define 100.64.1.3, 100.64.1.4 and 100.64.1.5. Clear? Okay, so go and configure the address. Under address, define the name, private IP range, type you should select range, and the first IP, start IP 10.1.10.3 and end IP 10.1.10.5. okay, then go to the translated packet, choose source address translation type static and translate address. Again here you have to configure the public IP address range, right? Public IP range, type IP range 100.64.1.3 start IP, end IP 100.64.1.5. Clear? And check on bidirectional, means if somebody trying to access 100.64.1.3 from outside network, it will get translate with the first IP address of the private IP address range, which is 10.1.10.3. Clear? Okay. Now what about the security policy? Of course, right, you have to allow the security policy from outside to inside, right? So security policy, add policy and name outside to inside. My outside zone is ISP A, source IP is any because I don't know, because traffic is coming from the internet. Destination zone is LAN, destination address public IP address. Okay, public IP address range. Application or service, under service you can define HTTP and HTTPS. Action, allow, click on the OK. Clear? Okay. So next we have a NAT policy where we have used a private IP range and a public IP address range. In the security policy, we have allowed the public IP address range. Okay. So let's go and commit the configuration. Commit. Okay. Commit done. Then go to your NAT policy and we'll see, right, the hit count. Let me first initiate the traffic for 100.64.1.3, right, HTTP, right, yeah, yellow server. Why? As soon as I initiate the traffic for 100.64.1.3, it get NAT with the first IP address of private IP address range. Okay. Same way, way for the 1.4, it will translate to 10.4, 1.5 translate to 10.5. Okay, initiate the traffic. Okay, for 1.4, perfect, slab blue server and 5 orange server. Okay, do you want to validate? Just refresh your screen and see the hit count, right? It will take time, right? It will definitely come. Hit count, not yet. Okay, no problem. Go to the monitor, right? And under monitor, add your filter. Okay, and in the filter, define the IP address 100.64.1.3, right? 1.3 IP address. Let me see why it is, why I'm not getting logs. It will get. So check, let me check. Okay, initiate the traffic for 100.64.1.5 and let's filter, add the filter for 1.5. Yeah, yes, see guys, for 1.5, right, perfect, 100.64.1.5, which is the third IP address from the public IP range, which is getting NAT with the 100.10.1.10.5, which is the third IP address of the private IP range. Okay, similar way you can see it for a 1.4. Let me try for 1.4. 1.4. Yes, you can see the logs for 1.4 as well. All right, let me refresh for 1.3. Somehow I am not able to see the logs for 1.3. Yeah, now I have a logs for 1.3 as well. Perfect. So this is how we can use a address range option, right, in the static NAT policy, right, so that you can have a one-to-one NATing, right, for the multiple IP address in a one single policy. Then let's go and configure it through the destination NAT. Okay, so go to the policy, delete your static NAT policy, okay, and configure the destination NAT. We'll use the same range option. Okay, add, then destination NAT range option, original packet ISP-A, destination IP address, destination zone again ISP-A. Why? Because traffic is, I am receiving the traffic on Ethernet 1/1. That is the reason source zone is ISP-A. And when I try to find out the route for 100.64.1.3, 1.4, 1.5, as for firewall, it's directly connected. So my destination zone is also ISP-A, ISP-A to ISP-A. Okay. If you need more clarity, please refer my destination NAT video. Okay. Then ISP to ISP-A, interface Ethernet 1/5, source address any, because traffic is coming from the internet, and destination use public IP range. Public IP range, right? Under IP range, what I have 100.64.1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Go to the translate packet and use the option, right, destination address translation static IP, and here you can use a private IP address range. Okay, IP range. Okay. Okay. Do you need any modification in the security policy? I don't think, right? Because if you are, whenever you are configuring the security NAT policy for a destination NAT translation, the destination NAT translation rule, you always use post NAT zone, means LAN zone, and pre NAT IP public IP address. I no required any changes in the security policy. Go and commit the configuration. Commit. Yes, commit. Okay, so now just close all your tab and try to access the 100.64.1.3 from outside. Yes, I am able to access. Then initiate the traffic for 100.64.1.4. Yes, again, and 5 orange one. Yes, okay. Go to the NAT policy and see the hit count. Okay, refresh your screen, it will take time, right, to get the hit. Okay, but if you go to the security policy, you will see the increase in the hit count 7. NAT policy. Okay, refresh your screen, still not showing, but after some time it will show. Go to the monitor and here just add the filter. See 1.3, I got the logs, right, 100.61 1.3 translate with 10.1.10.3. Add filter for the 1.4. Okay, same way I have a latest logs. Okay, 1.4 being translated with the 10.4. Okay, and 1.5, right, again you will see the 3 logs. Okay, one log, single logs. Now here I can see with the 10.1.10.5. Go to the policy and again check the hit count in the NAT rule. Yes, I have only one single NAT hit count. It's weird, it should not be, right guys, because I have access, right? Okay, do one thing, it should, I will open it in the incognito mode. Okay, so incognito mode, then 100.64.1.3. okay, then 100.64.1.4 and 100.64.1.5. okay, now go to the firewall and see the hit count. Yeah, now I can see the 6 hit count. Okay, some issue with the my browser, guys. Okay, so here I can see the hit count. Clear? Okay, so here we have used a range option. Now there is a one more option, right? I told you subnet, right? No, in this case no need to change anything, a security policy. Just you have to change the address and address type. Okay, so private IP range, instead of type IP range, select the net mask and the private IP address 10.1.10.3/29 example, right? And in the public IP address, right, change again type to the net mask, right, and here 100.64.1.3/29. so do one thing here, add subnet, right, net mask IP, public IP with net mask option. Okay, and private IP range with not range, net mask option. Okay, so no need to change the security policy, it will get automatically change in the security policy. Go ahead and commit the configuration. Commit successful, fine. Okay, go to the device and just do one thing, guys. Clear the logs. Let's first clear the logs. Okay, clear the logs. Yes, and then initiate the traffic from the incognito mode. I am having some issue with my browser. Okay, perfect. Open the your incognito mode 100.64.1.3 yellow server, then 4, right, blue one, and the 5 which is my orange one. Okay, go to the security policy and see the hit count. Okay, yeah, 14 hit, it increased. NAT policy, previously it was 7, now I okay, let me refresh, now it's showing 8. It will increase, no problem. Go to the monitor and see the logs. 1.5, I had cleared the logs, right? So 1.3, see the logs, no logs. Oh my god. 1.4, no logs. 1.5, no logs. Okay, let me again go back to the incognito mode and let me try to browse my server one more time. Okay, incognito mode 100.64.1.3. yeah, I am able to access 1.4. yeah, and 100.64.1.5. okay, go to your firewall and see the logs. Yeah, I can see the logs now. Okay, sometimes it take time, right, to show the logs, right? But don't worry, guys. See now what option I have used: 100 net mask to net mask. So here, right, in the private I have used 10 dot. In the public I have used 100.64.1.3/29, and in the private I have used 10.1.10.3/29. So whenever you initiate the request on 100.64.1.3, it will NAT with 10.1.10.3. If you initiate the request on 100.64.1.4, which is a part of /29 network, it will NAT with 10.1.10.4. Okay, if you initiate the request on 100.64.1.5, right, it will NAT with the 10.1.10.5, because .3, .4, .5 it is match under /29 8 ka increment. Okay, clear? So guys, this is how, right, you can achieve, right, multiple NAT statement, or you can say you can combine the multiple NAT statement in a one single NAT rule. But be make sure your post NAT IP and pre NAT IP should be in the range or within the subnet. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.